All right, welcome back to Happy Hour. So, we're listening to the channel. So, if you've been paying attention, we've kind of like swayed away a little bit. Honestly, we were testing out some new types of content since this is my personal brand, my personal name. So, wanted to test out some things, but take it back. Um, I feel like I'm getting dumber. So we need to step it up. So we're still gonna do happy hour, absolutely. We're still gonna do happy hour, but we're gonna keep it real estate. We're gonna keep it money. We can still be relaxed. We can still do happy hour and still talk about money. So with that being said, our first topic here is Birdman's house, right? This house has literally grown um, by over 200%. Okay, in value, let me see here. I think I put that here. Yeah, about over 200% value increase since the last time it was on the market. I just wanted to spread it out here just so you understand that real estate is still king any day. The mistake that a lot of people make is uh, they don't take it serious enough to even like figure out, like you may hit a few stumbling blocks here and there trying to make money in real estate, right? Trying to get started making money in real estate. Maybe you find out that marketing does cost money, and if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't have proper mentorship, it can be quite expensive, and that's only if you don't know what you're doing. Like we said, no, you don't have to have money for capital to get started making money in real estate. You don't have to be licensed. No, you don't have to be licensed. You don't have to have any experience. However, there's two things in life that you're gonna have to gain experience with, either by doing it or by getting under the wing of a mentor. So with that being said, I wanted to highlight this because it wasn't too long ago when this house was becoming part of a story online. Basically, it was offered about $10.85 million because it was foreclosed on. But I mean, think about it. It's $1 million house, so it doesn't. It's probably not that much of repairs that's needed. But that's not how it works when it gets to certain height in real estate, right? When you get to certain high-end real estate types of real estate, that's not how it works. The way it works when you get into that zone is that everything gets expensive. Okay, so I always give people a tip: if you're gonna get started in real estate and you're getting started, some people say, you know what, I can make like $200,000 dealing with $1 million homes, but I always tell people everyone will pay their dues. So it's not gonna be free money. You're not gonna find yourself and say, hey, let me go to New York City in what do you call that place, Tribeca, in New York City, and just deal with $1 million homes or $1 million apartments, and suddenly you'll be making $200,000. Well, to some extent that could be true, right? You could same efforts, marketing efforts and stuff like that, but you also want to understand that if there's a high-end real estate like that, it's probably higher competition. At what point, I don't know right now. At one point, there were at least 25,000 realtors, active realtors, in the city alone. Okay, so how do I know? Because I used to be licensed as a real estate agent in New York, so I know, right? And I'm saying that so you understand that there are a few data points when it comes to analyzing the market, right? So on this happy hour, you will hear me talk about marketing analysis, market value, and things like that. You will hear me talk a lot about that, and that's what this is about. Now this house has been offered. It's going to be offered for $33.9 million because somebody decided to put in a little bit of work, maybe some countertop, some more upgraded countertop. So the point I'm making here is that when you start to deal with high-end real estate, a lot of things change, right? So what types of material, what type of fixtures are in the property? It's kind of like the same difference you see when you're using a Camry, a Toyota Camry, as opposed to when you're using a BMW X5, right? If you're using a BMW X5, an average visit to the mechanic is $1,000. An average visit to the mechanic with a Toyota Camry is probably more like $300, $400. Why? Difference in brand, right? Difference in socioeconomic class of people who consume that particular product, right? It's the same thing in real estate. When you start dealing with $2 million homes, $3 million homes, $10 million homes, right? It's a different types of headache altogether. So don't come into the market or into the game thinking that things are going to be easier because you chose to go with the high-end real estate. To a certain extent, it can be true, okay? For the most part, it's not true. If you're dealing with a $200,000 to $400,000 home, you'll probably have the same set of problems, right? Once you start getting into the $700,000 homes, things start to change, right? The taste of the potential owner of that property will be different, right? Now you get to $2 million, the taste will be different for what kind of fixtures, what kind of countertops, what type of bathrooms and stuff like that. And it has nothing to do with quality. A lot of time it has to do with branding, and just, it's just different class altogether entirely. So that's what you would deal with. But nonetheless, real estate happens to be the same. You put in a little bit of work, it can increase in value dramatically. Okay, so that's something I wanted to shed some light on here with this Birdman's house. It says a year after 52-year-old rapper foreclosed on $10.85 million at that time was offered in foreclosure. So somebody has decided to put in some work. Okay, so flipping houses can work at any level, but don't jump into $1 million homes if you don't know anything about real estate. If you don't know anything about real estate, you're safer dealing with $200,000 to $400,000 homes, and you can easily safely make $15,000 to $20,000 flipping such houses really quickly. All right, so that's something I wanted to point out, and I thought it will be a good lesson for you here when you're approaching a market. If you're going through my training, you will notice that I told you there's certain market you don't want to go too low. You don't want to be dealing with houses like $10,000, $20,000 houses, because there's literally not enough meat on the bone for you to make money. You're looking to make somewhere between $7,000 to $25,000 when you wholesale a house, and maybe a little bit more, $30,000 to $40,000 if you do flip the house. It's hard to do that when you're dealing with $50,000 homes. So I always tell people, you want to start with $100,000, $150,000 homes, and maybe up to $500,000 homes. Once you start getting past $500,000 into $600,000, $700,000, the game start to change quite a bit. It's the same formula, but in terms of the quality, in terms of the market size, in terms of buyers, investors buying from you, right? Things start to change quite a bit, and I want you to kind of pay attention to that so that you don't become another Me Too marketer. We just waste all this time, and you're trying to figure out, every time you don't make the right decision, like this kind of tip I just gave you in terms of market value and where you end up in the game, for every time you don't pay attention to that, you best believe that you're burning up the most precious, valuable assets in your life, and that's time. So don't waste time. Deal with houses between $150,000 to $500,000 houses if you're looking to wholesale, or you're just getting started to flipping houses and stuff like that. And if you're looking for more tips on exactly how to do this properly, yes, go ahead and check us out at fliphousesnationwide.com and attend my masterclass. All right, peace.